Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dirain and today we continue diving into the drama and novel Lost You Forever, comparing the two versions of the story. If you missed the previous parts, I highly recommend checking them out before you continue this video. And if you don't want to miss my next videos, subscribe!
Winter fades into spring and we see Xiang Liu visiting an old Chengzhou army survivor and his friend to ask about the strange box that Xiao raised. This visit doesn't exist in the novel, but it gives us a rare moment right from the start, a warm smile from Xiang Liu. That alone is something we don't see often. Furthermore, there's even a shy Xiang Liu when Li Rong asks if the person who planted a bug is a girl. But before we dive into the power of the box, the scene shifts to Xiao by the river, thinking sadly about her brother. As she tries to cheer herself up, saying there's no one in this world who will pity me, Xiang Liu enters the frame. For me, this moment is incredibly powerful with subtle symbolism. Because at the end of the day, it was always Xiang Liu who quietly did so much for her. In the drama, Xiao asks when did he arrive, and Xiang Liu, sounding almost jealous, says, "While you were thinking about someone else." Xiao, trying to cover up, lies that she was thinking about Xiang Liu. He grabs her and they take off into the sky, which transitions to a scene with Sanxuan being attacked by a veiled woman. Back with Xiang Liu and Xiao, they are now flying on Mao Qiu's back. Xiao nervously asks if Xiang Liu is going to throw her off. He simply replies, "I won't." Let's compare the previous scenes to the novel. Xiang Liu doesn't just appear by the riverbank, he flies there and sneaks up on Xiao. He grabs her by the collar and places her on the condor beside him. When she tries to lighten the mood up by asking how he's been, Xiang Liu coldly replies that he'd feel better if Sanxuan were dead. That silences her. Then, in both versions, he grabs her and they leap off the condor. In the drama, Xiao screams in horror as Xiang Liu coldly stares at her. But in the novel, she doesn't scream. She just pleads with her eyes while Xiang Liu remains indifferent. Now the underwater scene. This part is very important to compare. In the drama, after falling into the water, Xiang Liu holds Xiao down, not letting her swim up. She tries to hold on to him, but he pushes her arms away, leaving her to start drowning. She reaches out her hand, almost like asking him for help. He looks cold and almost cruel. After a closer look, it starts to seem like he's deliberately testing himself, watching her reach out for help and go deeper down. His gaze seems to ask, what would it feel like to let her die? Could I bear it? Eventually, he knows that he cannot bear it and waits for her to lose consciousness before swimming to her and giving her air. The cinematography here is stunning, with close-ups, wide shots, and slow motions that make the moment seem almost romantic. Almost, yeah, brimming with romance. He waits for her to pass out before giving her mouth to mouth. Way to go, buddy, if you want to frame this as a twisted kiss scene. But in the novel, things are different. We read that Xiao is weakened after hitting the water, even though Xiang Liu took most of the impact. She is unable to hold on to him and begins to drown. So it's not like he pushed her at all. And right before Xiao was about to take her last breath, she felt Xiang Liu embrace her and his cold lips press onto hers, transferring air. Here, she is fully aware of their lips touching and understands that he is saving her. The novel skips any insight into Xiang Liu's feelings or motives at the moment. We also don't get any description of his expression. Instead, we get that Xiao knows he is saving her after all. I'd love to read your thoughts on this comparison. How do you feel about the difference in the underwater sequence? Let me know in the comments below. Xiang Liu carries an unconscious Xiao out of the water, gently placing her on the ground. She coughs up some water and he receives a message from Fan Feng Yiying. With a triumphant expression, he hears Xiao say, "Just kill me already." His reply is chilling. You can only die once, and that wouldn't be enough. When he helps her up and notices her discomfort, he asks if she's in pain. Xiao Yao's response, Xuan will be in pain, makes him pull her back in jealous frustration. Red flag, baby. Xiao Yao then delivers a line that stings every time I hear it. You have 9 heads but not a single heart. Xiang Liu in turn casually remarks that if she has the energy to worry about someone else, that means she must be fine. He then kind of complains that her bug is decent, but it will only cause Canshuan pain. Xiao Yao asks almost rhetorically, what if killing me would really kill Canshuan? Would you do it then? And he responds, it's a pity it wouldn't. Do you see what's really happening here? I think Xiang Liu is probing her understanding of the bug's nature. Xiang Liu is testing her to see if she is truly clueless or if she is hiding it from him for obvious reasons. At least I always get such vibes from their conversation. In the novel, the scene unfolds quite differently. The two lie on the lake's surface. At first, Xiao Yao rests on Xiang Liu's shoulder, but when he shifts to lie on his back, she has no choice but to sprawl on top of him. For a brief moment, she even closes her eyes and relaxes. I see you, production team, avoiding anything inappropriate for a man who isn't the male lead. Xiang Liu pulls Xiao Yao's arm and asks if it hurts her, the same way as he did in the drama, and he also states that it's a pity the bug is not more powerful in the novel. But then he asks something deeper. If Canshuan is so precious to you, why haven't you removed the bug yet? There was a long pause during which Xiao Yao was considering whether to answer, to trust Xiang Liu on this matter. Then she thinks to herself that he is a demon after all and may know something. Xiao Yao finally admits that she tried and failed. She even suspects that the medicine mixture that Xiang Liu used on her in the cave transformed the bug, making it harder to control. Xiang Liu advises her not to experiment with the bug if she values her life. Instead, he suggests she find someone else to scourge. Xiao Yao cheekily says, the only person I want to scourge is you. And what does Xiang Liu do? He casually tells her to put the bug into him. Yes, you heard that right. He literally offers himself. But Xiao Yao brushes it off, saying that he wouldn't allow it anyway. And he doesn't respond to that, he just shifts the conversation to Canshuan. He ominously states that Canshuan will be dead before he can leave, so Xiao Yao won't need to worry about the bug. Hearing that, Xiao Yao slides into the water and starts swimming beside Xiang Liu instead of lying on him. The drama has them on the lakeshore, as I already mentioned. In the drama, Xiang Liu asks the same question. Why hasn't she removed the bug from her precious Canshuan? Xiao Yao responds that she tried, but the drama skips any mention of the medicine mixture and Xiang Liu's role in Xiao Yao's recovery. And this, it really hurts me. Xiao Yao never acknowledges the sacrifice that Xiang Liu made for her. It seems in the drama version, the medicine she received in Tushan Manor proves Tushan Jin to be the savior in her eyes. And while Jin had the resources, the connections to gather remedies easily, what about Xiang Liu? He has a mortal rivalry with Canshuan. He planned everything so that he would be able to kill him for good. He risked everything for a chance to win and fought with no regard for his own life. He was this close to getting what he wanted, and who was the reason he failed? Xiao Yao was. Xiao Yao's unexpected interference ruined his plans. Yet, instead of retaliating, Xiang Liu, gravely injured, hides her in a safe place, uses his spiritual power to help her heal, further worsening his own health, and even gathers rare medicine to ensure her recovery. And he checked in on her repeatedly, only to be driven away by Tushan Jin one night. Yet Xiao Yao never reflects on these events. She doesn't even consider him a savior. Keep that in mind and we'll come back to that. I still have much to say. Now remember this comedic scene where Xiao Yao realizes Xiang Liu may have answers about the bug. She tries to coax it out of him with a bit of a playful charm, even pulling a cute face to sweeten the deal. And it works. Better than she will ever realize. Xiang Liu, so captivated by her, cannot take his eyes off her, but Xiao Yao is blissfully unaware of his feelings and keeps pestering him for answers. This moment perfectly captures the irony of their relationship, his restraint and her total unawareness of the emotional storm brewing inside him. After Xiang Liu announces his intent to kill Xuan, Xiao Yao reacts with anger and frustration. Both the novel and the drama have their tense exchange about the purpose of killing Xuan and the futility of Xiang Liu's involvement in the conflict between the huge empire and a bunch of stubborn and proud rebels. At some point, Xiang Liu jokes about his 9 heads, making him contradictory, and in the drama, Xiao simply glances at him in surprise. When explaining why he lets her talk about his appearance, the drama Xiang Liu looks so shy and unsure if he should even tell it. In the novel, Xiao laughs after this joke so hard that she almost drowns, grabbing Xiang Liu's hand for support. Xiang Liu pauses while lying on his back before turning to the side with his arm supporting his head. He looks at Xiao and explains her unique privilege to discuss his 9 heads. Xiao replies that she was once even stranger, and he lightly strokes her head in the novel, whereas in the drama he just rests his hand on her head without stroking it. Moreover, in the novel, Xiao stares at him in shock after this gesture, which adds weight to the moment. Remember, he's much more restrained in the novel, so for her to see traces of his emotions and feelings is a real shock, unlike the drama where it is already written all over his face and you can probably guess everything. Well, if you're not as ignorant as Xiao in the matters of love. With that, we have come to the end of this video. I hope my analysis brought you joy and made you see something differently, or simply reminded you of the beauty of the novel and its complex view of the main characters. Thank you for watching till the end, leaving a like and commenting. Stay healthy, happy and take care of yourselves. Till the next video!